buy emotions, but we justify with reason. What I'm talking about here. People love to buy, but hate to be sold. And we need to sell. So what should we do? Well, what's written right there by Jeffrey Dietmar, not me, tells us that we hate sellers. The position of a salesperson. So what should we do in order to help our customers to understand that we're not just sellers, we're not just salespeople, we're not just trying to push products to them? Well, this is Zig Ziglar. Stop selling, start helping. How do you help your customer? Neuroscience brings information about that. Customers don't decide to products or services in your shop online. They decide inside the brain. So the only way to help them is to understand your and their brain. What Angela did was told by Napoleon Hill in 1925. He used to say, you need to know how your brain works. And if this operation is healthy enough, or you have to change. So, since our problem right now, we have an old brain in a modern society. What I'm talking about is, right now, we still go back to the caves when we got out, and our two mottos were survival and reproduction, which is survival of the genes. We go to our modern savannah called shopping centers, but men are going to hunt mammals. Women are going to collect. That is why women is more detail oriented. Try to ask your husband or your significant other to get a salt shaker. By the end of the day, when he's tired, it's in front of his face. He cannot see it because we don't have too much attention to details. If you understand what happens to our brain through evolution, you avoid to end up as a barcode. Because normally what we do, we just mix it up, we just blend, and we try to be conformed to what society tells us. But what differentiates us is our differences. If you embrace it, you're one of a kind. If you don't, you're just one more. And that's the reason to understand how your brain functions and how your customer's brain function. Why? Because 95% of a person's decisions are subconscious. Emotion is what really drives buying behaviors and also decision making in general. This is not Peter, this is Harvard Business School. 2002, Dr. Kahneman won a Nobel Prize of Economy with a book called Thinking Fast and Slow. Dr. Kahneman is a psychologist, not an economist. That tells a little bit about how the marketing is shifting and how you need to understand what goes inside. Then comes Simon Sinek said that 100% of your customers are people, 100% of your employees are people. If you don't understand people, you cannot even sell popcorn because you have to talk to people in order to sell. So we have to understand what's going inside our brain, and we have to understand what kind of emotion our customer comes to get. Our customer buy the best version of themselves using your product or your service. You need to understand what is it by making some good questions. So what is neurobusiness? It's the application of principles from neuroscience to business practices. Just about that. And what does it do? When neurobusiness companies can improve the decision-making processes, understand why I prefer this to that. And because of that, just take this factor from the equation and try to understand better that if I go and purchase something, I did all the research, then I talk to you and say, Peter, awesome, this is an awesome product, but it didn't work for me. are gonna have second thoughts. But I research everything from the product because he told me, he's a friend of mine, he told me, now I have second thoughts. So understand decision making is, pivotal for a business. And you gotta understand by your point of view, by your perspective. Enhance employee productivity and well-being. Have you ever heard about silent quitting? Have you ever heard about emotional salary? Nowadays, the Gen generation, the ones that come to your business, wants to be in a week wants to be a coordinator, in a month wants to be a supervisor, in 2 months wants to be a manager, and then in a year wants to get the business from you. Because they think that everything is a video game. If they master the levels, they can go through. That doesn't work like this. They have a lot of IQ. They don't have EQ. We need to provide EQ to them. And that's what I do. So I minimize turnover. I help, like, you told a great story. If I were you, I start with this story. But like Walt Disney, I worked for Disney for 10 years. Like Walt Disney used to say, I didn't invent theme parks. I elevate the experience. Just get your story, put in the context of your business, and elevate the story. Then you don't need to put purpose, vision, mission, just tell the story. Disney tell a story every time they want somebody to do something, even to pick up trash from the floor. Just tell the story. It's easier than command somebody to do something. And that's your business. And create more effective marketing strategies. New marketing. Most of us say that we're gonna come to a Million Cups meeting. How many sign up for this week? You guys have the numbers? About around 100, something like that?
For 1 million cups.
Yeah, for this meeting, how many sign up?
I don't know how many RSVPs.
So normally we go for 25% to 10% attendance because what we say is not what we do. Your marketing comes with EEG, fMRI, and tells you, yeah, you're not telling the truth. The truth is different. They did for a Doritos advertise. They show a picture or they show a movie where kids come closer to a bride, wipe down everything with the Doritos orange thing and throw it on the dress. And everybody said, whoa, that's so bad. These kids are bad, blah, blah, blah. They put the fMRI and they realized that more than 50% really like it. But you're not gonna say it because the other ones are gonna perceive you as a, sorry my French, as a jerk. So we don't say what we think. And that's what neuroscience brings to the table. Tells you what you don't want to say.
We have 20 RSVP,
There you go.
so we need him to help us get more of those.
There you go. So guys, again, Simon Sinek, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Why you do it's on your story. It's not what you do. What you do, now you're a blank canvas, like me. But what you do can be replicated by somebody in time. But why you do it is different. People buy your DNA, not the business that you are in. You need to know your DNA. You need to know what differentiates you from the others. The marriage perspective is the perspective, find the best angle. So I do that, I need a chiropractic to take me out of this. But what it's saying there, it's just like what Tony Robbins said. Change your focus and see your life change. Focus is auto-delete. Whatever you see, the rest disappears. We are bombarded by 11 million bits of information every single time. Our brain, we call neocortex, have the capability of absorb 40 to 60 bits. Our subconscious brain, especially the limbic system, is 200 times faster. The limbic system deals with emotions. So You want people to remember you? Put emotion to the information, like Angela just did. My name is Peter Roman. So remember me, remember the song Pretty Woman, but please, please, please change the lyrics. Peter Roman, walking down the street, Peter Roman, the guy I like to meet, Peter Roman. Next time you see me, you're gonna say, oh, Pretty Woman, oh, she's not a woman. Oh, Peter Roman. For a long time, I present myself as a consultant. People don't even know my name, but when they see me 2 months from the last meeting, say, oh, that's the consultant. That's all I need them to know. What I cause, what I bring to the table. Keep on and love neuroscience. Thank you, Jennifer.